If you're a fan of The Witcher, you've already seen the news. Can the Netflix fantasy series really survive without Henry Cavill? Liam Hemsworth will take over the role of Geralt from Henry Cavill in Season 4, for reasons that may or may not have something to do with the latter's recently revitalized career as a DCEU's Superman. Hemsworth certainly has the looks and chops to portray the stoic, powerful Geralt of Rivia. However, Cavill owns the role so thoroughly that many fans have been reflexively hitting the eject button after the recast news, which is a pretty clear portent of doom for a franchise that's named after its main character's day job. To use an analogy that befits Cavill, every live-action version of Superman is going to be compared to Christopher Reeves sooner or later. Likewise, Hemsworth now faces the seemingly insurmountable task of carrying his beloved predecessor's silver wig with adequate gruff and grace. Recasts like this have been pulled off before, just ask the James Bond franchise.
People who want to stay alive play it safe.
Please stay alive.
The difference here is that if Hemsworth turns out to be a George Lazenby, it seems unlikely that the viewers, or Netflix for that matter, will give The Witcher another chance. Probably the biggest thing that favors The Witcher's Hemsworth era is the vast wealth of stories his show has hitherto left untapped. There are still tons of plot lines that can really grab the fans' attention. Going by sheer cultural significance alone, this means the show is almost honor-bound to soften the blow of recasting by diving headfirst into the Wild Hunt. The show has already revealed that the Wild Hunt plays a role in things to come. Season 2 prominently features Voleth Mare, who turns out to be a dark elf affiliated with the Wild Hunt. The hunt itself also makes a brief but suitably ominous appearance in the season finale. As such, it should be just a matter of time before this crew comes calling for Ciri. Here's a crucial question about the show's survival though. When will the Wild Hunt start making moves? Introducing the otherworldly antagonist could easily keep the show going for a good few seasons. And given the fact that Cavill is leaving after the next season, the most effective time for the Wild Hunt's proper introduction would be in the Season 3 finale. This would provide an irresistible cliffhanger that could bring fans back next season, Cavill or no Cavill. Henry Cavill originally committed to The Witcher for 7 seasons, and since the Nilfgaardian storyline will likely swallow a whole bunch of Season 3 hours, the Wild Hunt could indeed chill out for the majority of the season, only to make its charge at the optimal moment for Hemsworth to tag in for Season 4. However, get the timing wrong, and there's a risk that a notable portion of viewers will clock out with Cavill. Like it or not, it seems that Season 4 will definitely be a watershed moment for The Witcher. If the show can manage its sprawling cast of characters, introduce cool enough plotlines, and handle the transition from Cavill to Hemsworth with grace, it has conquered a challenge that puts Geralt's worst in-universe enemies to shame, and is effectively as invincible as long as Netflix's algorithms smile on it. If not, well, at least it was fun while it lasted. The Witcher has all the tools to make the change work. But when the pressure is mounting and the biggest star of the show is leaving, many people might suddenly have suggestions on how to tinker with the premise, or put overt focus on certain characters. Perhaps new, non-canon characters that decidedly shouldn't be introduced will be introduced anyway. Maybe there will be a temptation to take unnecessary liberties with some storylines from the source material, or needless shortcuts with others. If The Witcher can't resist tinkering with what works, either to take attention away from the recasting or in an honest attempt to provide fire support for the new lead, the show just might be in serious trouble.